So, hi guys, thank you very much for joining. Today is only an introductory session. Today is only an introductory session to the management level case study for November 2024. So, let me do the introduction to the case study very briefly. But before that, let's look at what's happening in the broader expectations of SEMA. Unless you know what the broader expectation of SEMA, you need to be in line with what the broad expectation of SEMA are, right? So basically, SEMA has changed a lot over the period of time. SEMA has changed a lot. Of course, we used to call it CIMA, Chartered Institute of Management Accounting, but things have changed a lot, right? So it is not. It has gone much beyond management accounting now. It has gone much beyond management accounting now, right? Uh, it has now become much broader than management accounting. So basically, if you look at the change in the syllabus, forget the concept, but look at what is happening at the ground level. If you look at the change in the syllabus, we have removed all the hardcore accounting from SEMA, right? Financial and management accounting, hardcore accounting were removed from SEMA. Those days, there was consolidated financial statement where you spend a lot of practice questions on you spend a lot of time to do practice question on consolidated financial statements. Even on the exam day, out of the 3-hour paper, about 1.5 hours was spent on doing the one full set of financial statements. They've been removed from SEMA. They're not in the syllabus now. They're not in the exams now. Instead, we have added things like artificial intelligence, IoT, blockchain, cryptocurrency, things like that had coming. So SEMA's expectation is not to be an expert in management accounting anymore. SEMA has changed from a management accounting body to a qualification which is like a mini MBA. We are trying to build a business leader. So that's the background information. So why it can be important for you? So if the background expectation of SEMA is different, it will reflect on the exam paper as well. So even if you look at the exam paper, we are trying to reduce the weightage on theory now. We have been doing that and we have done it. The weightage on the theory has come down drastically. The idea is to say, look here, those days we take a theory, explain the theory, explain the practical expectations of the theory, and then do a lot of questions of how do you apply it to the practical situation, right? But now the views of SEMA is different. Now SEMA is saying, look here, we are not interested in so much of application of theory, because we will tell the participant that there is a theory like this and they will do a theory like this. One fine day, whenever they have a practical situation, they are aware there is a theory like that and they can Google and find a lot of details about it. How to apply it, they can find the details later. For the time being, let's not go into a lot of details of kind of doing a lot of detailed questions on the theory is not needed. Instead, what is needed is how do you kind of resolve the practical day-to-day problems in an organization. So SEMA has moved away from the theory-based to very much practical-based exam paper. SEMA has moved away from very much theory-based to a very much practical-based exam paper. So we are looking at today's papers, in today's case study papers, whether you can resolve very practical problems. So that is what the background changes of SEMA. You will see that you will certainly see that as you go on. You will certainly see that as you go on in the exam papers as well, right? So that's the background. That's the background. So I mean, 3 years I was on the SEMA Global Council. I was on the SEMA Global Council. So Global Council is the kind of the overall council for SEMA's matters for the entire world. So I have seen this change happening. Even at the SEMA global level, they are more interested for the people to be serious about sustainability, people to be more serious about ESG, rather than going through a management accounting calculations, right? So it has become a very broader qualification for the world, which is good for you, which is good for you, which is good for you, right? So those are the changes that we have seen in the background. Those are the changes that we have seen in the background. Right. Now, let's look at details specific to the case study. Details specific to the case study. Some of the details that are very specific to the case study exams. Now, there's a pre-scene that is given. There's a pre-scene that is given. Right? Has anyone seen the pre-scene? If you have seen the pre-scene, please say yes. Has anyone seen the pre-scene? If you have seen the pre-scene, please say yes. Okay. What is the industry? Just tell me what the industry is. Not so much detail. Just tell me what the industry is. What's the industry that pre-scene is based on? What's the industry that pre-scene is based on? Okay. So now SEMA has given a pre-scene document. So why SEMA will give it about 6 to 7 weeks prior to the exam? The SEMA's idea is when you work for a company, let's say you work for a real world company, you go to office on next Monday. When you do go to office on next Monday, you know a lot of details about the company. How? Because you have been working in the company. You know a lot of details about the company because you have been working in the company. You have been working there for last 2 years, 3 years, whatever the X number of years. But on Monday morning, you will get a new problem. Now, how do you resolve the new problem and use the knowledge that you have about the organization, use the knowledge that you have about the industry, use the historical things that happened to us as the background, and how do you resolve that problem is what you do in the real world. So SEMA is saying it's very similar. On the exam day in November, you are going to work for a company. But you can't go to the exam without knowing details about the company. Hence, SEMA will give you a 24-page document. SEMA will give you a 24-page document, the details about the organization. So on the exam day, you know so much about the company. You know what industry they are in. You know what kind of products they manufacture. Where do they sell? Are we the market leader or not? What's our financial question? What's our board of directors? What are the risks faced by us? You know so much of details about the organization. But on the exam day, you will get a new situation. Like your office on Monday. On the exam day, you will get a new situation. On the exam day, you will get a new situation. So that's the background that SEMA is trying to set you into. That's the background that SEMA is trying to set you into. So our first task, the very first thing that we should be doing, is nothing else but to be familiar with the pre-scene. That's the first step number one that you should be doing. Be familiar with the pre-scene. So when you try to work with me for this case study, there are 10 different steps that we are trying to go through together. The first 2 steps are called KYP and KYI. First 2 steps are called KYP and KYI. So now what do you mean by KYP and KYI? KYP stands for Know Your Pre-Scene. KYI stands for Know Your Industry. So those are the first 2 things that we'll be doing. The very first 2 things that we'll be doing are the KYP and the KYI. So which means This is what we should try to look at as the first priority. So what do you mean by the KYP? KYP is a document that we would like to share with you where you will get a better understanding on the pre-scene by looking at the KYP. When you go through the KYP, you will understand the pre-scene very well. But in the KYP, there is nothing much new information available, right? In the KYP, there is nothing much of the new information available. But the KYP will be a great document for you to understand the pre-scene, right? Now, you can't understand the company unless you know the industry. I hope you agree with me. I mean, how can I understand about a hospital unless I know how the hospitals work? I can't understand hospital. You can understand because hospital is a place that we go into. But if it is a slightly a different industry, you can't understand the company unless you know the industry. So take an industry that you don't know. Take an industry that you don't know. That's a difficult question to answer. No, what's the industry that you don't know? Shipbreaking. Do you know about the shipbreaking industry? Might be less. Shipbreaking is you take a ship, break into small pieces, take the items out and sell it. So you take a whole ship, right, and break it. So I have gone to shipbreaking. I have gone and seen how the ships are being broken and how they buy a ship. There's a place that they take into and they sell it, not as a ship. They sell it as a small element of the ship. So you can't understand about a company in the shipbreaking industry unless you know the shipbreaking industry very well first. So that is why we have the KYI as a second step. KYP, know your pre-scene. KYI, know your industry. Those are the first two documents that we are going to start with. So I'll spend a lot of time on the KYP with you. I will spend a lot of time on the KYP with you. Right? Know your pre-scene is the one that I will spend a lot of time. KYI is to get a better understanding about the industry. But in the KYP, what technically happens is, in the KYP itself, we will give a lot of industry examples. Because for me to explain to you what is in the pre-scene, I will have to tell few things that are happening in the industry. So when you go through, you will realize KYP also includes some industry examples. But KYI is only about the industry. It's only about the industry. So those are the first two steps that we are going to have fun. Those are the first two steps that we are going to do. KYP, KYI. Those are the first two steps that we are trying to do. So there are 10 steps in the journey. There are 10 steps in the journey. But this is the first two steps. Right? Of course, I'll go and tell you what the other steps are. Some of you all might even be aware. Some of you all even might be aware. But look at a document like this. One second. Okay, I did a mistake, right? Sorry. So if you do look at a document like this, so this is what the KYP will look like. This is what the KYP will look like. Final KYP will be given and we can go through the final KYP tomorrow. But this is what the this is what the KYP will look like. This is what the KYP will look like, right? So we will have a lot of interesting information about the industry given in this document, right? So now let's move on. So this is kind of an introduction to it. So these are the topics that will be covered in the KYP. These are the topics that will be covered in the KYP. We will first of all look at the company. Then we'll look at what do you mean by this double glazing. We will look at what do you mean by double glazing. Right? We are in a very interesting industry. We go and fix windows and doors for the houses. That's what we do. Right? Shine Glass is the name of the company. what we do is manufacturing its own frames at a Templeton factory, sells its products to customers across whole of the country, promoting them through the website, television, and newspapers. Right? So what we do is we go and fix doors and windows. That is what we do. That is what we do. Right? So this is our main business. Now, why do you call it this double glaze? Don't worry about it for the time being, but you need to have a rough idea about what do you mean by this double glaze, right? So this is a double glaze window. You can see one glass is here. There's another glass here. So there are two glasses available. And in between there's a space. That space also will fill with something. So this is the glass that we go and fix it to a house like this. These are glass, we go and fix it. Right? If you look at a building, this is how we go and fix the glass. So to give a practical picture for you to see, so this might be a double glazed glass. Now, what do you mean by this double glaze story? I mean, double glaze story might not be very important for our countries. It might be less important for our countries. But this becomes very, very important when you go to Europe. Right? So you go to a country in Europe, take a country like Sweden, take any country for that matter, right? You have a winter and you have a summer. The weather fluctuations are very, very high. So in the winter, you have a heater inside to make the room warm, because outside temperature is -10. Outside temperature is -10. It'll be very difficult for you to go out. Inside the house also, you will find it very difficult to live, because outside temperature is -10. That impact will come into the room. So you need to ensure your room is warm. So you need to put heaters all over in your house. Right? So how do they put heaters inside the house? Now, I think sometimes we have portable heaters, no? I don't have one here, but we have portable heaters. We go and put a heater like this, and it'll give the warmth for you and for everyone in the room. But in Europe, the heating is very important, because outside temperature is -10. So heating system is either inside the walls. Sometimes it is inside the walls. Sometimes it is inside the floor. The heating system is a very important element in the house construction. If you get the heating equipment wrong, you will not be able to live in that house. It's not like an air conditioner you come and fix. If the air conditioner is not working, not a big problem, no man. Remove the air conditioner, fix new one. But the heating systems, you can't go and fix new. You can, but technically that means you are breaking the entire house again. Because the heat pumps will go through the walls, or heat pumps will go through under the floor. Why? Because the entire house, you need to increase the temperature, because outside is so cold. Otherwise, you can't have a comfortable life inside the house. So you create a higher temperature, you create a system for you to get the warm, because outside temperature is very, very low, -10, -15, whatever it is. Now that is one part of the one period of the year. The other period, the outside is so hot, right? So you need the coolers inside. Then you need the coolers inside. So what I'm trying to tell you, I'm trying to give the background, my dear. Don't worry. I'm trying to give the background. I'm trying to come back to this, what this glazed means, why there are two glasses. I'm trying to come to it. I'm trying to come to that. Why there are two glasses? Why there's a double glazing available? I'm trying to come to that. So in those countries, you spend out of your monthly budget, heating cost is very high. Out of your monthly budget, heating cost is very high. Why? Gas is expensive. So you pay a lot of money for your gas bill for a month is very high. I mean, in the recession time, when they don't have money, they try to reduce the gas cost. So sometimes you don't put the heaters on, and it's difficult for them. A lot of people will get sick. It's a major issue for them because the gas bill is a substantial portion of your salary. Now, in Asia, that is not the case. In most of the countries, that is not the case because the temperature is not a major issue. But in European countries, temperature fluctuations are very, very high. So heating inside the room becomes a critical element, or cooling inside the room becomes very critical. And it is substantial amount of your expenditure. Therefore, the glasses and windows are very important for these countries. Glasses and windows are very important for these countries. So in this house, there is 3 windows here. The question is, outside warm, whether it will get leaked through this window. Then you are paying a lot of money. Your money is wasted. Your money is wasted. So therefore, it's a critically important thing for us to have a double glaze. The idea is to reduce the heat loss. There are a lot of other advantages. Obviously there are other advantages. No, mean you understand that. No, it becomes stronger. It becomes stronger. But the most critical advantage of the double glazing is it will reduce the heat loss. It will reduce the heat loss rather than having a single panel in it. When you have 2 glasses and in between is also filled with what we'll discuss a little later. So this is the key industry that we are in. This is the key industry that we are in, right? So if you have a double glaze, the heat loss will come down. Heat loss will come down. So 55 to 77% of heat loss reduction will happen. 55 to 75% of heat loss reduction will happen. So single glaze compared to double glaze. Single glaze compared to double glaze. So that's the products that we manufacture, my dear friends. That's the product that we manufacture. Of course, there is a other element to it, which is the sustainability. The gas consumption of the country will come down. Gas consumption of the country will come down. As a country, gas consumption will come down. So this is our company. This is our company. We manufacture doors and windows, and we go and sell doors and windows. So when you say we go and sell doors and windows, to whom we do sell? Individuals who would like to buy the glasses from us, you can. Who would like to buy the windows from us, you can. But we go and sell to the contractors, the people who construct houses. They might be constructing 1,000 houses at one time. Those guys will come and buy bulk requirement from us as well. So that's a very basic industry that we are in. That's a very basic industry that we are in. Now, of course, KYP you can go through a little later. This document will be available for you to go through. I will do the full live sessions with you about this KYP. But there's a pre-scene available as well. There's a pre-scene available as well. So you can go through the pre-scene as well. Not now, but if I quickly look at the pre-scene, maybe some basic details are available. Shine Glass. Our name of the company is shiny glass, right? Shiny glass manufactures double glaze. That's the one that I was talking to you so far. What do we manufacture? Double glaze. Double glaze windows and doors. Double glaze windows and doors. That is what we do manufacture. Double glaze windows and doors for installation. For installation. I don't understand what you mean by for installation. What do you mean by for installation? What do you think for installation means? We manufacture double glazed windows and doors for installation. What comes to your mind when you hear the word for installation? Online teaching is all about two-way communication. You can't just come and sleep. Got to give response. Some questions are stupid. You don't know what the answer is. No one cares. If there's a stupid question asked, you give a stupid answer, right? So what do you mean by for installation? When you hear the word for installation, what do you feel? I of course get a little confused. What do you mean for installation? That means I manufacture doors and windows for someone else to install. Otherwise, it's so obvious, no? I mean, you don't manufacture doors and windows and not install, no, mate. So I think it's obvious. But I am 1000% sure we are a large company. I am sure we will not give the installation to anyone else. It's a major business risk if I do that. It's a major business risk if I do that. I would like to find out. Let's read this pre-scene together. Let's read this pre-scene together to find out. Are you giving installation to someone else? My gosh, that's a big risk. Okay. Do you think it's a big risk or do you think it's not a risk? Give me your views. I manufacture doors and glasses, double glaze, and I will ask anyone else to go and install. Do you think it's a risk or do you think it is not a risk? Everyone should respond. Huh? Either you can say, I don't know. Either you can say, I don't. It's a risk because because installation is also critical. If the installation is done badly, my brand name will get an impact. If the installation is done badly, my brand name will get an impact because the window is mine, door is mine. Double glazed window is mine. It's under my brand name. Double glazed door is mine. It's under my brand name. Someone goes and install it improperly, I will be at a risk. So I need to have a control. I don't think we will, large company like us, I don't think we will allow them to go and install. So we'll read and see what is the case. Domestic and business properties. We do domestic installation and we do industrial installations as well. Business installation, offices, right? And the houses. It is the largest fabricator of windows and doors. My gosh, we are the largest in the country. So what is our name? Shiny Glass. We are the largest in the country. Right? In our country. Huh? What is our country? What's the name of our country? Templant. Templant is our country. $T is our currency. Right? In the country, we are the largest. Shiny Glass is the largest. How large are we? This is details about our country. This is not the global market. My dear friends. This is the Templant. In the Templant, we are the largest in terms of the revenue. We are the largest. How large are we? I mean, we are very, very large compared to the second player in the market. Right? Shiny Glass is fairly large. Right? Shiny glass is fairly large. Okay. Can we do a little test? Can you do a little test? Can you tell me what the market size is? Look at this page only. Yeah? You need to look at only this page. I'll mark what area you should be looking at in green. You should look at only this bit of the document. Can you see what is marked in green? Can you see what is marked in green? Can you see what is marked in green? Please say yes. Talk, respond, talk, respond. Okay. Can you tell me what is the market size? Can you tell me what the market size? Market size, huh? Market size, not our revenue, but the market size. What is the market? Not exactly, but approximately. What's the market size? Total market size of the country. So obviously 700 range is the wrong answer. That is why I'm asking this question. If the 700 range is the right answer, I would not have asked this question. 700 range is the wrong answer. Anyone? Anyone? Anyone else? Read the entire area that is marked in green. Read the entire area that is marked in green. 700 is the wrong answer. Others? 890 is the wrong answer. Is the wrong answer. Others, you got to respond, my dear. From tomorrow, when we start the session, I want you to respond. Tell me what the number is. If you don't understand, say, I don't understand. And if you're not interested in, say that you're not interested in. Everyone, please respond. Everyone, please respond. Okay. So 1500 might be the right answer. 1500 might be the right answer. So if anyone is not sure, you can read this page again. We'll maybe tomorrow also we can clarify. So we are the largest in the country. We are the largest in the country. So please don't forget, when you are the largest in the country, your behavior will be very, very different in the market. Your behavior will have to be very, very different in the market. You got to figure out how do you play in this market. You got to figure out how do you play in this market. It becomes very, very important, right? So what we do is this double glaze story is very, very important. So you have two glasses here, and in between is filled with something. In between is filled with something, right? So that's the business that we are in. It's a very interesting, in my mind, a simple business that we are in. It's a very interesting, simple business that we are in, right? So this is the industry that we'll have to go and study. Now, if you would like to know details about the structure of the company, here we go. Shiny glass, board of directors, we have a CEO, and we have the rest of the board of directors available. Okay. Can I give you 5 minutes? Can I give you 5 minutes for you to read what is, can you see this structure on the screen? Can you see this structure on the screen? Others, can you see the structure on the screen? Okay. I'll give 5 minutes for you to comment on this structure. I'll give 5 minutes for you to comment on the structure. Starting now. You have 5 minutes starting now. Comments about this. Give me comments about this. Okay. Aditya has given some comments. Thank you, Aditya. Others, give me the comments. Aditya has started to give the comments. Others, please give me comments. Thank you, Sarvesh. Others? Wow. Interesting comment from, are you Kavishka or Kavishka? Are you Kavishka or Kavishka? Kavishka. Okay. So Kavishka has given a very different comment. No, Kavishka is giving balanced board of directors. Don't worry. This is good. Okay. So my point is different. Huh? My point is different. My point is, this is something that happens to us on the exam, in the real world as well, on the exam day as well. Real world also this happens. When people ask you your comments about something, unless you structure your mind, you will not get the right comments. You will not get the right comments. So how do you structure your, this is a simple example. We'll go to more complicated examples from tomorrow because this is important for the exam day as well. When they ask you to comment about the organization structure, first thing that you need to ask is, okay, what kind of comments is he asking? He's asking the comments on the structure. First thing you should realize is, I can tell the positives and I can tell the negatives. I can tell the positives, then I can tell the negatives. My positives and negatives should be told based on the industry that I am in. Based on the industry that I am in. So you should come up with the positives, negatives both. Secondly, read the page given in very, very detail. If you read the page given in very, very detail, you will be able to give some comments. I don't know whether you can give a lot of comments here. You might not be able to. But you might be able to give some comments if you go into detail. So shall we do that? We have a young chief executive officer. We have a CEO. Good to have a CEO, no man? Okay. Then we have a marketing director, sales director, operations director, production director, finance director. What is under marketing director? External communication, product developer. What is under sales director? Recruitment and training of the salespeople, call center. What's the call center? People must be calling and giving orders. I need 5 windows tomorrow morning. Something like that. Operation director, Operations director, maintaining network of installations. Now I know. Earlier we said whether you will give someone else to install. No, you don't. You have the installers registered with you. Maintaining network of installers means that, I'm sure. We'll read further. Maintaining network of installers. That's the operation director. Production director. Wow, we are manufacturing. So we must be buying the glasses, and we are manufacturing the windows. We are manufacturing the doors. Doors and windows are manufactured by us. Scheduling production, purchasing material. Purchasing is also done by the production director. Finance director, management accounting, financial reporting, human resources, legal services. If you read this in detail, you should have seen a lot of issues. If you read this in detail, you should have seen a lot of issues. I don't know whether you have seen enough. Sometimes you don't go into detail. Therefore, you miss a lot of things. So can I give some comments now? Can I give some comments now? It's a nice board. Why it's a nice board? Because you have a non-executive chairman. You have 4 non-executive directors other than the non-executive chairman. Very nice. They have non-executive directors, 4, and a non-executive chairman. Nice for the corporate governors. The corporate governors will tell you need to have enough non-executive directors. Different countries will have different rules, but the usual guideline is same number of executive directors as non-executive directors, excluding the non-executive chairman. When you take the chairman out, same number of executive directors as non-executive directors. So here we have marketing director, executive, sales director, executive, operation director, executive, production director, executive, finance director, executive, 5 executive directors, but we have only 4 non-executive directors, 1 is missing. That's a small problem. But then look at what these directors are doing. Marketing director, is he doing something what? Sales director, operations director, production director, finance director. Do we have too many directors, or are we missing some directors? That's the thinking I would like to have. That's the only thing you can do, no man. They ask in the comments about the structure. See whether anyone is missing. See whether these guys are doing some crazy things. If these guys are doing some crazy things, you can comment on that. Because we ask you to comment on the board structure. So now, what are the questionable ones? Marketing director doing product development. I don't know how does it work, man. Marketing director is a marketing, branding guy. He will not know how to do the product development. And an industry like this, we are in Europe, where we sell well-developed products. Maybe you need to have a separate product development director. Maybe you need to have separate product development director. Maybe you need to have separate product development director. I don't think it will be nice to have same marketing guy doing the product development. Not a good idea. In my mind, not a good idea. Okay, doesn't matter. Sales director doing sales job, okay. Operations director. I'm confused. We have one operations director, other one production director. So this guy will produce, and going and installation will be done by someone else, operations director. So this operation director is technically an installation director. You can't call him installation director. He will not like it. But the operation director job is not to manufacture. Get the product from Larissa. Larissa is our production director. Go and install and see with the customer satisfaction and all that. Production director, what is doing? Scheduling production, purchasing material, product quality. Product quality, obviously, production director's job domain. I understand. Any comments on those two? Any comments on those two? Any comments on those two? Operation director and production director? Operation director and production director, any comments? Operations and production director, any comments? No comments. Yeah, Aditya, customer care. What is the comment? Aditya, when you say customer care, I can see customer care, my dear. But what is the comment? Operations director and production director, look at both these guys. Give me some comments. Everyone, respond fast. Oh, interesting. Others, give me the comments. I'll give you 2 minutes. Give me the comments. Others? Others, can you comment, please? Others, please comment. Don't wait for someone else to comment. You quickly comment, otherwise we can't go ahead. If you feel no, there is no problem. Operation director, production director, what they do, having those two guys is okay. Then you can say it's good. Operation director and production director, if you see nothing wrong, you can say nothing wrong. Operations and production director, please comment fast. No, I'm asking operations and production director only. I'm asking operations and production director only. If you think, a lot of comments can be given. You're not thinking enough. You're not going into detail enough. Others, you can make a comment, or if you think it's fine, you can say this is nothing wrong. But you should make a comment. Thank you, Udara Veerasinghe. Okay, so now the problem is you're not going into detail enough, which is not good, which is the practice we should change from day one now. I'll show you why it will have an impact. A lot of comments can be made. I don't know customer care, who should be handling. Is it the operation director? Is it the sales director? I don't know. Right? There can be a lot of arguments. There can be a lot of arguments who should be doing it. The argument number one is maybe sales guy will go and sell it. Sales guy will go and sell it. He will do a sale and come back. He will do a sale and come back. Then the operation director will go and fix it. Not that operation director is going and fixing it. Operation director will have a network of installers. They are coming under operation director. So operation director department will go and fix it. In that sense, customer care will come under operations director. Why? Customers will talk to operations director and say, look here, you all have fixed it yesterday. It is not proper. See, there is a gap between these two. The air conditioning impact is going out. The heat is going out. This window is not what you promised. So maybe having customer care under operation director is fine. Maybe. But then I don't know. My trouble is these two should be linked with each other, sales and operations, because this customer care, whatever the issues that comes up, should be communicated to the sales director as well. The sales director's teams are the people who go and sold the items. So I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it as long as there's some link between these two. The second one, the biggest one that I see is purchasing material. I don't know how the production guy is doing it. I mean, purchasing material is the purchasing decisions. Evaluate what are we purchasing? Tell me, what do you think are we purchasing? Tell me, what are we purchasing? Tell me, what do you think we are purchasing? You don't know the industry enough, but you can guess from what we discussed today. Tell me, what do you think we are purchasing? Tell me, what do you think we are purchasing? We must be purchasing glasses. We must be purchasing aluminium. Thank you very much. We must be purchasing wood. So that's a big element of your cost, my dear. That's a big element of your cost. So you should be able to evaluate suppliers, check the quality, ensure you purchase enough quantity at the right price, bringing at the right time is a big skill required, huge skill required. So I don't know if the production guy can do it. I don't know whether we should have a separate purchasing director, procurement director is the argument that I would like to bring here. Right? Then finance guy doing HR and legal might not be good. We are a large company. I'm sure we have large number of employees. I'm sure we have large number of employees. Okay. Can someone tell me, do you think we have large number of employees? Give me some arguments. Do you think we have large number of employees? Give me some arguments. Do you think we have large number of employees or not? Give me some arguments. Give me some arguments. Give me some arguments. Do you think we have large number of employees? No. Rumesh Perra is saying no. Anyone else? I don't know. We can argue about it. I think we have a reasonable number of employees. You know why? We have a manufacturing facility. And we have a lot of sales staff. So might not be 1,500, but it can't be 20, 30, 40. Why? We have a manufacturing factory. And we are the largest in the country. So a lot of sales staff. We are the largest in the country. A lot of sales staff. We have manufacturing facility. So I am sure we have not 30, 40 employees. I am sure we have a higher number of employees available. If you want to get the right number of employees, we can go to the KYP and check it even. Why don't we go to the KYP and check it? We have 240 staff at the head office, 160 employees working in the factory. So 160 employees working in the factory. This is the KYP. Then what is the problem? You see here? Now I am on the KYP, my dear friend. Then what is the problem that you see here? So why we were talking about number of employees? We have about 500 employees is a large number. So why we are bringing it up here? We are bringing it up here to say we should have a separate HR director. Finance guys will not know HR. They are saying we need to have a separate HR director. I think we should have a separate HR. So did you see two things? We got to go into a lot of details of the questions that we get on the exam day. That's what I wanted to show from here. And you should relate it to our industry. Those are the two critical skills. That is what I want to call. So you will get a KYP like this. We might have a lot of people who are direct in the KYP, which we will start discussing from tomorrow. You will see we talked about a lot of real world companies as well. Major double glazing companies in UK. These are the major double glazing companies that are in UK. We got to learn about them. Right? And we got to see what kind of operations that they do. Right? So we need to go and learn about them, which is available in the KYP as well, which we can start seeing from tomorrow. right? So this is one of the largest in UK. The one of the largest in UK. These are also Safe Style. These are the companies that are in the market. So we got to learn about them. Safe Style. We got to learn about them, right? They have been in the business for a long time. We got to see what kind of things that they have done and what kind of things happen to them. We got to learn about them. So all that will come in from tomorrow. Quickly look at the financials of the organization. What kind of a company are we? Uh, so these are the financials from the pre-scene, but there is a full analysis given in the KYP as well. The margin analysis: 56% gross profit margin, 38% operating profit margin, 12% net profit margin. So this is also something that will go into detail, because we might have some people who join through the FLP path as well. Anyone who came through the FLP path, please say FLP. Anyone who came through the FLP path, please say FLP. Amanda is from FLP, Udar is from FLP, Kavishka is from FLP. So therefore, we will do a full financial analysis. So that's the starting point for tomorrow. We look at KYP, then we bring the KYI. So first two are Rumesh also in the same, directly to MCS. Okay. So that's the starting point for tomorrow. So I have been talking for 1 hour. Bring some water. Take a little break to drink some water. Bring some water, right? Bring some water. Bring some water. Okay, done? Okay. So there's one more from directly from the MCA, directly to the MCA. Don't worry. I will do the full financial analysis as well. So we will start with the KYP. Number one is the KYP. You can see what I type here. Number two is the KYI, right? Number two is the KYI. Then we have a stage called GR. GR stand for ground rules. GR stand for ground rules. What do you mean by ground rules? That's the section where we talked about what are the rules available in doing this paper, right? That is what we call GR, which is the ground rules. I'll tell you what you should be doing, what you should not be doing. Step number 4, I think, is a critical step. You know why? Step number 4, I think, is a critical step simply because in the step number 4, we go into a document called deep dive. Step number 4, we go into a document called deep dive. What do you mean by deep dive? In the deep dive, we challenge what is given in the pre-scene. We argue against what is given in the pre-scene. That's an in-depth analysis of the pre-scene. Number 5 is something called core competencies. There are 5 core competencies available that will be tested on the exam day. So it's not a difficult paper. It's not a difficult paper. As long as you know these core competencies, you will find it easy to pass. So those are the first 5 steps that we do. Those are the first 5 steps that we do. Okay. Take a little time. Please ask questions. Is all clear? So far, are you comfortable? So far, are you clear? If it is clear, can you say all clear? If you need to ask any questions, please do ask. Let me give you some time. Let me give you some time. Is all clear? So far, is it good? So far, is it good? Okay. Bring some water. Bring some water. Thank you for responding. Thank you for responding. Okay. So those are the 5 steps that we do. What are the 5 steps? KYP, KYI, ground rules, deep dive, core competencies. KYP, KYI, ground rules, deep dive, core competencies. Those are the first 5 steps of our sessions. The sixth one is called the sixth one. So we have done 5 now, right? The step number 6 is called a section called a practice. You know what practice means? You know what practice means? Practice means we give you one mock paper. We give you one mock paper as a practice paper. We give you one mock paper as a practice paper with the answer. We give the answer for that as well. So you're not going to do that paper under exam conditions. You're not going to do that paper under exam conditions. You will read the question paper, read the answer, and get an idea about what kind of things are required from you on the exam day. That is the section number 6, what we call practice. Section number 7 is something very, very important. Section number 7 is reality. What is reality means? Reality means we'll give you 6 mock papers for you to do on our exam engine from this case study. So you practice, you in real world, you go and get a superb simulation of what will happen on the exam. That is what you call reality section. So you have practice, reality. Then there is something else coming in. Section number 8, but we start it from next week itself. So section number 8 is not coming after we do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. No. Section number 8 is not coming after we do 1 to 7. It will start very soon. That is what you call refresh theory. Refresh theory. Refresh theory is for us to teach you E2, P2, F2 key theory areas. Is for us to tell you E2, P2, F2 key theory areas. That will start very early. So if you're not done the theory areas, don't worry. If you're not done the theory areas, you don't need to go and study on your own. We will do all required E2, P2, F2 theories. We'll do all required E2, P2, F2 theories. That is what you call refresh theory. Section number 8. Section number 9. 9 has a lot of things. Right? Section number 9 has a lot of things. It includes things like power mock, possible. What is power mock? Don't worry for the time being. That's not a mock paper that you're going to write under exam conditions. It has things like power mock, PI, possible issues. A lot of things are in there. The last section is the one-to-one support. One-to-one support is one-to-one support and revision. One-to-one support is individually, you all will have problems that are unique to you. So whenever you do a mock paper, we will give you comments about your performance. We'll give you comments about your performance. How you should improve. What you should do more. What you should do less. Right? That is what you call one-to-one support and the revision. Those are the 10 steps that we are going to do. Hi guys. Can you see the 10 steps on that in the chat box? Can you see the 10 steps in the chat box? Those are the 10 steps that we are going to do. I understand you guys are working professionals. So you got to do a job whilst you do the exams. So we are not going to ask you to read 10-page documents on your own. We are not. I will do videos on the document and send you so you can watch the video. You will see how I analyze the document. You can read the document later. and we will be very flexible. All the sessions will be recorded. If you can't come for a session, the recording is available for you to go and watch. And there'll be a lot of additional videos coming in on your way as well. There'll be a lot of additional videos coming in on your way. We'll start slow. We'll start refresh theory soon. We'll start the pre-scene analysis soon. We'll go through the deep dive soon. But after about 2 weeks, you got to do a mock paper every week. Maybe one mock paper first week. Second week, you might need to do about 2 mock papers. Last week, you might need to do about 3 mock papers in the week. So last 2 weeks, it will be a lot of work, because 1 week you might do 3 mocks, 3 hours each. So you got to ensure that you have the time there. We are fully committed to ensure you pass. We are fully committed to ensure you pass. And I want you to give your contribution as well. Right? So let's start tomorrow. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. Okay. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? Any questions you would like to ask? Any questions you would like to ask? Any clarifications? Any comments? Is all good? Then we can meet tomorrow. So you can send an email to info@nanaska.com. You can send an email to info@nanaska.com. Register ASAP. Then we can start from tomorrow. You can send me a WhatsApp at any time. This is my WhatsApp number. This is my WhatsApp number. You can send me a WhatsApp. So thank you very much for joining. See you tomorrow. Thank you very much for joining. See you tomorrow.